What if I told you that millions of retirees could receive one of the biggest Social Security raises in years and still struggle financially? Would you celebrate a bigger monthly check? Or would you ask the more important question, will this actually improve my life? That's exactly what we're talking about today. The projected 2027 Social Security Cost of Living Adjustment, better known as the COLA, is expected to be larger than many experts anticipated. For some retirees, that could mean an extra $70, $80, or even $100 or more every month. But here's the question almost nobody is asking. Is a bigger COLA really good news? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how the COLA is calculated, why larger increases can actually be a warning sign, and most importantly, what smart retirees should be doing, regardless of what the government announces this October. Welcome. Welcome back to Money Smart Basics, where our goal is to help you make smarter financial decisions so you can retire with greater confidence, less stress, and more financial freedom. If you're new to the channel, we talk about retirement planning, Social Security, investing, budgeting, taxes, Medicare, estate planning, and building wealth one smart decision at a time. If that sounds helpful, subscribe and join thousands of people who are taking control of their financial future. Now let's talk about the projected 2027 Social Security COLA and why the headlines only tell part of the story. What is the COLA? Let's begin with the basics. Have you ever wondered why Social Security payments sometimes go up every year? Many people believe Congress simply votes to give retirees a raise. That's actually not how it works. The cost of living adjustment exists for one purpose: to help Social Security benefits keep pace with inflation. Notice the wording. The goal isn't to make retirees wealthier. The goal is simply to help preserve purchasing power. Every year, the government compares inflation from the third quarter of one year to the third quarter of the next. If prices have increased, benefits increase. If prices stay relatively flat, the increase is smaller. If inflation doesn't rise enough, there may be little or even no COLA at all. So here's a question for you. Did you know your Social Security increase is tied to inflation, not to your personal expenses? Why experts expect a larger 2027 COLA. Recent inflation reports suggest the 2027 COLA could be noticeably larger than last year's adjustment. That's welcome news for millions of retirees. Imagine opening your benefit statement and discovering your monthly payment has increased by nearly $80. Most people would celebrate. But before we celebrate, let's ask another question. Why is the government increasing benefits? Because prices increased first. That's an important distinction. The government isn't giving retirees extra spending money. It's trying to help offset higher living costs. And that's why a large COLA often reflects an economy where many everyday expenses have already become more expensive. Bigger checks don't always mean greater wealth. Let's imagine two retirees. John receives a $2,000 monthly Social Security benefit. Mary also receives $2,000. Both receive a 4% COLA. Now they're receiving about $2,080 each month. Sounds wonderful. But let's look deeper. Groceries increase by $35. Electricity increases by $20. Car insurance increases by $18. Prescription costs increase by $15. Property taxes rise. Homeowners insurance increases. Suddenly, that extra money disappears almost as quickly as it arrived. Have you experienced something similar? Did your expenses seem to rise just as fast as your income? The hidden problem many retirees face. Here's something many people don't realize. The inflation formula used for Social Security doesn't necessarily reflect the spending habits of retirees. Retirees generally spend more on healthcare, prescription medications, housing, insurance, utilities, long-term care. These costs often rise faster than general inflation. That's why many retirees say, "I received a raise, but I still feel like I'm falling behind." Can you relate? The silver lining. Now let's talk about the encouraging part. Some economists believe recent inflation has been driven more by temporary factors rather than widespread inflation across the economy. If those temporary price pressures ease and retirees still receive a higher COLA, there's a chance beneficiaries could experience a modest improvement in purchasing power. That would certainly be welcome news. But no one knows exactly what inflation will do over the coming months. The official COLA won't be announced until October, so while projections are helpful, nothing is guaranteed yet. Why? Depending only on Social Security can be risky. Let's ask an honest question. If your Social Security check stopped tomorrow, how long could you pay your bills? 1 month? 3 months? A year? For many Americans, Social Security provides more than half of their retirement income. Some depend on it almost entirely. That creates tremendous financial vulnerability. Whenever inflation rises or unexpected expenses appear, the entire retirement budget feels the pressure. That's why financial planners consistently encourage retirees to diversify their income. The story of Robert and Linda. Let me share a story. Robert and Linda retired believing Social Security and a modest pension would be enough. For several years, everything worked well. Then, life changed. Insurance premiums increased. Their home's property taxes rose. A new roof became necessary. Linda needed physical therapy. Suddenly, their carefully planned retirement budget no longer worked. Fortunately, several years before retirement, Robert had started investing in dividend-paying stocks. The income wasn't enormous, but every month those dividends helped cover rising utility bills and medical expenses. Those additional income streams became the difference between financial stress and financial stability. What income sources do you currently have besides Social Security? 5 smart moves before the official COLA announcement. Instead of waiting until October, here are 5 smart actions you can take today. Review your monthly budget. Look for subscriptions or recurring expenses you no longer use. Build or strengthen your emergency fund. Review your Medicare and insurance coverage annually. Continue looking for additional income opportunities that match your skills and lifestyle. Preparing before inflation affects your budget is much easier than reacting afterward. Don't let inflation control your retirement. Inflation isn't just an economic statistic. It's something you experience every time you shop for groceries, pay your utility bill, fill your gas tank, renew your insurance, or visit the pharmacy. The best retirement plan isn't hoping inflation stays low. It's building a financial plan that can survive even when prices rise. Ask yourself, what changes could I make today that would improve my financial position 1 year from now? The bigger lesson. Here's the lesson I hope every viewer remembers. A larger COLA is helpful, but it isn't a financial strategy. It's simply an adjustment designed to help maintain purchasing power. Real financial security comes from living below your means, managing debt wisely, saving consistently, investing for long-term growth, creating multiple income streams, planning for healthcare, reviewing your retirement plan regularly, and continuing to learn. Knowledge is one of the greatest investments you'll ever make. Closing. As we wait for the official 2027 Social Security COLA announcement this October, remember this. A larger monthly benefit is certainly welcome, but lasting financial security isn't built on annual government adjustments. It's built through careful planning, disciplined saving, smart investing, and preparing for life's unexpected expenses. The retirees who thrive are rarely the ones who simply receive the biggest COLA. They're the ones who build a retirement plan that works regardless of what inflation does. So let me leave you with one final question. If inflation stayed high for the next 5 years, would your current retirement plan still work? If that question made you stop and think, now is the perfect time to review your financial plan. Thank you for spending time with me today on Money Smart Basics. If you found this video helpful, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with someone who depends on Social Security. You may help them better understand not just what the 2027 COLA means, but how to prepare for a more secure retirement. Until next time, remember, it's not just about how much money you receive. It's about how wisely you manage what you have. Smart decisions today can lead to greater financial freedom tomorrow. Remember to like and subscribe for more Money Smart Basics videos. If you have any suggestions for financial literacy topics, please leave a comment. The information provided in this content is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, legal, or tax advice. Always consult with a qualified financial advisor, tax professional, or legal counsel before making any financial decisions. The creator of this content is not responsible for any actions taken based on the information provided. Investments and financial decisions carry risk, and past performance does not guarantee future results.